As a child growing up, I learned a lot about my tribe by getting involved. Since age 5, I went to tribal council meetings with my parents. They took place in a tribal member's home because we didn't have an official meeting place. At the age of 19, I took over my mother-in-law's job as a part-time census clerk per her recommendation to the tribal council. If there was a death, birth, marriage, or divorce, I'd record it and submit it to the BIA. I stayed in that job for 40 years plus and created the first enrollment-disenrollment forms for our tribe. I've been on the tribal council forever, and I have worked in many different capacities. I was the acting governor per council order. Then I was elected lieutenant governor, tribal secretary, and tribal treasurer. I was also a community director. I supervised several programs, including the police department and the senior citizen program. In my 40s, I was also a representative with the National Indian Council on Aging. I traveled with my late brother, Governor Jacob Villarreal, to Albuquerque, D.C., and other locations to represent our tribe. I learned a lot about other tribes and saw people I would have probably never met. Often, I took my youngest daughter with me. One day, my mother-in-law called me to her house. I walked in and said, "Hiwobo." Uncle Joe asked me, "Josie, I want to ask you something. How would you like for your tribal people to learn how to dance?" "Yes, who will teach us?" "I will, and 2 other men I know." I looked at my father-in-law, our governor at the time, my mother-in-law, and her sisters, and they all nodded yes. My father-in-law told me to put it on the tribal council agenda. Then my mother-in-law said, "People in our tribe need to start dancing again." I was so happy. I hugged all of them. I felt that bringing back traditional dancing was very important for the sustainability of our tribe. It happened in 1973, 5 years before the American Indian Religious Freedom Act was enacted by Congress. After council approval, I was delegated to start the process of informing our tribal members about dance practice. They also told me to purchase material to make some of our traditional regalia, to arrange transportation for the drummers, and gather other related necessities. Uncle Joe was from the Santa Clara Pueblo. We also had help from men and women from the pueblos of Okeowinge, Nambe, and San Ildefonso. Today, my grandson Kyle is 18 years old. Like many of our young tribal members, he began dancing at age 4. Kyle has traveled with other tribal youth to D.C., France, Switzerland, Italy, and other places representing our tribe. The needs of our people are just as important as bringing back traditional dancing was for our tribe. Like the American Indian Religious Freedom Act, there are other laws, policies, and services that were created to help our elders, like Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare. We need more funding and more programs, specifically for Native elders across America, especially for women, veterans, and those with disabilities. My name is Josefina Villarreal. I am an original tribal member from the Pueblo of Pojoaque. The house where I was born still stands. We had 13 siblings in our family, and now there are only 6. I'm thankful to the Creator that I'm blessed to be in such good health so that I can continue to help my tribe to influence, inform, and take action on critical issues that affect all of our tribal members. It is my hope that our tribal council, as well as state and federal leaders, continue to engage in and keep updated about issues that are vital to our Native elders. Kuda.